Hi, this is Dennis Washington from Cross Digital and CrossDig.com with your weekly pep talk, relationships. Got a lot of great response last week from my pep talk with you about Mordecai. If you missed it, we talked about just in one sentence how much was said about him from the Bible. He was the uncle of Esther. Of course, there's a book named Esther in the Bible. But we're reading the story there about how he valued his religion, his responsibility, his reputation, and his relationships, and how one sentence basically explained how he valued all those things. This past Sunday in my Bible class with the junior and seniors, high school juniors and seniors, we talked about Timothy and his reputation, which also comes from relationships as well. You think about the very deep relationship that Timothy had with the Apostle Paul. Considering how many people the Apostle Paul met and grew fond of over the years, yet his inner circle, Paul's inner circle, was so tiny. Very, very few people were as close to Paul. Maybe no one as close to Paul as Timothy was. He talked about that in the Bible. It was just amazing. But the power of relationships. We're reading the story about Mordecai last week, about how he valued the relationships. The final thing that was said there in Mordecai is that he was commended for speaking peace to all of his countrymen. He valued that relationship. When he led the Jews to great victory there, he didn't go and take all the goods, which a lot of commanders would have. But he wasn't motivated by greed. He valued the relationships even of the people he and his army defeated. And it paid off. For them, and considering how much he valued the Jewish religion, it meant so much to him to see so many of the former enemies converted to Jews afterwards. It talked about that in the Bible. Building relationships is so important for a business. I was reading an article this morning on Copyblogger about authority. Building a long-lasting authority. And there's so much on the internet about authority and SEO and how you become a digital authority. And we've certainly talked about that on CrossDig.com a lot. If you've read my blog on a regular basis, you know we talk about that a lot. But this idea of a long-lasting authority, and it really, one of the keys to it is having a deep relationship with people. Now, you can't have a strong, deep relationship with thousands of people. Your inner circle or even your mid-circle is going to be very small. But it's important that you cultivate those relationships. You don't build strong relationships with a one-time encounter and then move on and never speak to these people. You're going to need to cultivate these. Looking back, taking once a week, looking through your list and picking 5 people you haven't heard from in a while and just picking up the phone and calling them as a start. Chances are when you get them on the phone, they'll say, "Oh, I've been meaning to call you. I've been wanting to talk to you about this and that." And now all of a sudden you're building the relationship even stronger, and it's paying off for you in a business sense as well. It's just the right thing to do. It builds the natural way, the human way, building a relationship. What are you doing to build your relationships? Because that's really ultimately one of the keys to building a great business, a long-term business, is building those relationships. We need people. I've talked a lot, too. The old adage, you may or may not have heard this, about a turtle on a fence post. The turtle needed help to get on top of the fence post. If you're driving down the road and you see a turtle on the fence post, the turtle didn't get there by himself. He had help to get up there on the fence post, and he's going to need help to get down. He could get down. It probably wouldn't be good for him if he came down by himself. But we need help, and that's where the relationships come in. What are you doing today? Who are you helping? Which turtle are you helping to get on a fence post or get down from a fence post? Who's in your circle? Who are you calling today to say, hey, just checking in on you? Build those relationships. The more relationships you can build with that group of people that can, if anything, just fun people to know, chances are they can help you with your business as well. Build those relationships. Build them stronger. Be like Mordecai and have great relationships. Value those relationships. Be like Timothy. Value the relationships you have, like he did with the Apostle Paul, and the Apostle Paul did with him. Build those strong relationships and watch your business grow. I'm Dennis Washington from Cross Digital and CrossDig.com with your weekly pep talk, relationships.